We're joined now by Dr. Tia Benson-Toll, who is the incoming MRS president for the coming year. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're currently the vice president, and you'll start your term as president in 2014. Talk to us about your role right now and your goals as president for next year.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be the incoming president and vice president this year. As part of the elected officers for the board of directors, part of my goals will be to look at strategy, long-term strategy, set some policy, and also to monitor where we are against some of our long-term goals. So that's a part of what I'll be doing this year.
What are your two top key goals then as president? Have you identified those?
You know, that's a great question. There are so many good things that the MRS does, but I've been very excited the past few years about the foundation that the Society has laid in two areas. One is the forward-leaning embracement of technology changing and how we can use that to help our members. For example, embracing social media, the very, MRS TV, what we're doing here, virtual content, all of that I think in the next few years is an area that will be just exciting to be part of and help shape. The other one is to focus on some of our diversity. We're an incredibly diverse society across the globe, so culturally, internationally, also across the research span. We have students through academics, through government researchers, all the way to industry. And how do we keep building on that? Some of our international partnerships and collaborations that we've had in Mexico and Japan and Europe are just the beginning, I think, of how we're going to try to reach across and really give our members the full MRS benefits.
Well, since you brought up industry, I wanted to ask you further about that. As you mentioned, one goal of MRS is to get more people involved from industry, and you're an example of that. You have a great position at Boeing, a major position in their Commercial Airplane Innovation Center. Talk to us about why you feel it's so important to get more people involved from industry.
You know, before I say that, I'm excited that we're kind of at a tipping point for material science. So no matter where you are in the spectrum, I think the fact that we can engineer matter and materials so finely today, we're just going to see us really bring home some of the benefits for society and mankind that materials can provide. Now, having said that, I think the importance of connecting with industry is understanding that end use. You know, innovation is invention and creativity, but brought to some sort of value that society embraces. By understanding where industry goes, what they need, because they broker taking our innovation and materials technologies into products. If we can better understand their technical and non-technical drivers, we'll be much faster in bringing some of the promise of new materials to society.
Why did you become so involved in MRS and want to serve as a leader?
That is a great question. I was exposed to the caliber of the researchers and the people that call MRS home, so I've always been impressed with that. But I think for me it was the opportunity to serve on the board of directors with such passionate and capable volunteers and staff. And when you look at that and where MRS could take technology and also our mission and vision, I just felt excited to be part of that.
Well, Dr. Tia Benson-Toll, thanks for joining us, and much luck to you in the coming year as president.
Thank you.
Have fun.